Over the years, the way we see companies has completely changed. They're no longer judged only by what they produce, but by who they are and what they stand for. A company's reputation today goes far beyond the product. It's about values, ethics, transparency, and the ability to communicate them clearly and in an authentic way. People don't just buy things anymore. They buy into stories, into purpose. They want to feel connected to brands that reflect their own values, that act responsibly, and that speak honestly. In this new context, transparency has become one of the most powerful forms of currency and communication the bridge that gives it life. For companies, transparency is no longer optional. It's part of compliance to governance and reputation management. Because when information isn't shared, when dialogue doesn't happen, that's when risk begins. Compliance frameworks and ethical codes are important, of course. They protect, they prevent, and they guide. But they only work when they are lived, not just written. And that happens through communication, an open, consistent, and human communication. Transparency, in the end, isn't just about revealing data or policies. It's about explaining why decisions are made, how things are done, and who stands behind them, turning honesty into daily practice, not just into a marketing tool. And technology is now playing a super important role in this transformation. Digital product passport, blockchain traceability, and immersive storytelling are helping companies make their processes visible and, most important, understandable for everyone. These tools allows brands to show where things come from, how they're made, and what the impact they have, bringing accountability into the open. And technology doesn't replace communication, of course, it's just amplifying it. It gives transparency a voice, turning information into connection and trust. And in a world where information travels instantly, being transparent is not just ethical, but it's a strategy. It protects reputation, builds resilience, and creates genuine engagement with people. And yet, technology alone, of course, isn't enough, because what truly sustains transparency is human leadership. And when I think about this, I immediately think about Brunello Cucinelli. His vision of humanistic capitalism shows that success and ethics can coexist. A company where dignity, respect, and beauty come before product, and where communication isn't managed, but it's lived. What inspires me most is how his leadership transforms values into behavior. Employees aren't just part of a structure, they're part of a community built on dialogue and care. And that kind of culture doesn't just create beauty, it prevents risks, builds trust, and turns transparency into protection. As I think about the kind of leader I want to become, I don't see leadership as control anymore. For me, it's about understanding people, inside and of course outside the company, listening, communicating, and making decisions that align with shared values. It means creating an environment where people feel safe to speak, proud to contribute, and aware that integrity matters as much as the result. Because transparency without communication is static. But when communication brings into life, it becomes culture. And that culture is what defines a company's reputation, its resilience, and of course, its humanity.